Welcome to Relics Radio, your favorite weekly podcast dedicated to the metal detecting and treasure hunting community. Here are your hosts, Ken from Adventures in Dirt and Tony from 5280 Adventures.
Welcome to Relics Radio, everyone. I'm Ken, DK with Adventures in Dirt, and welcome to Relics Radio. Wednesday night here in Colorado, and very happy to be with you guys tonight. Sorry I missed last week, but first let me bring in my co-host. You guys know him as Mr. $52.80 Adventures.
Cheers, buddy. Good to see you.
Cheers, man.
I think it's Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday night in every state.
You think it is?
Every state. It is. Yeah.
It's only Wednesday in Colorado. Man, how you doing?
You know what? I'm actually pretty good. Pretty good. We've been having some incredible weather, and I am rethinking whether I've packed up the machine for the winter or not. Because I'm like, we should just get out and enjoy this. I mean, we're in the 50s.
Yeah, that's digging weather, man. That's perfect.
Mid 30s at night, maybe a little bit lower, but that sun comes out and warms up the day. Like today was absolutely gorgeous. So
I had been itching to get out, and was just like, the season's over.
Right.
Right. Just keep doing the research, and we'll just get some things lined up for next season. And then Cindy called me last weekend. She's like, "Hey, you want to go out?" And I was like, looked up the weather real quick, and I'm like, 62 degrees. And I go, yeah, of course we do. And
I do.
So we're trying to think where to go. And it was like, all right, well, people are kind of away from home, and we're like, well, holidays are just over.
Yeah.
So she goes, let's go back to this ranch that you, I, her, Beth, we've all hit a bazillion times.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we're even finding anything out there anymore.
Yeah.
But it's really historic and really great opportunities. And every time we go there, we always find something. You know what I mean?
Late 1850s?
Yep.
Mid to 1860s.
So for Colorado, it's the place. It's the place you want to. You want to squeak every little button out of that place.
Everything. Yeah.
Henry cartridges, all that kind of stuff. So I go, yeah, sure. I got that new HF2 coil, and I wanted to see if it did what people are saying it's doing, which it renews sites, because it kind of opens things up.
Right.
So I hadn't been able to swing that coil since I got it because of the weather. But now I'm like, yeah, are you kidding? A full day of detecting with that coil? Let's go,
Right.
But I'm driving there. And I pull on the road, and I start heading down towards the ranch, and I get a call from Cindy. And Cindy says, hey, where you at? And I go, I'll be there in about 10, 15 minutes. I'm right down the road. And she goes, well, turn around. I said, why? She goes, there's this property over here. Beth and I have been trying for a year to get this permission on. We've been trying. We just haven't hooked up with the landowner, haven't been able to see anybody there. And I just got his permission. So I whip it around. I go back there, and we started detecting that property, and it's a cool permission, man. And I can tell you one thing, it has never been hit. It has never been hit before. We're just finding too much stuff.
You got to change the plans then, right? I mean, a property you've been trying to get permission. Finally, the moon's aligned. You get a hold of the right person.
Yep.
They say, yes, dude, everything's off. Let's readjust, go back here.
Yeah.
And from what you guys were talking about and found, it seems like it hasn't been hit. And so may not go back as far as we want, but it's still a virgin site, and you're finding some good history there already.
Yep.
And you weren't even there that long. I mean, things were just jumping out of the ground right away.
Yeah, it wasn't, we weren't there that long ago. Now, we did eventually go back over to the ranch, because like you said, things weren't extremely old. They weren't 1850s, 1860s there. So we ended up spending half of the day there and half a day over at the ranch and found some cool things at the ranch still. So it was a lot of fun. Got to pet horses and hang out with dogs and stuff.
And
so
you got the high frequency out. What did you think? What your initial? I mean, I know you weren't you don't have a lot of time behind it. What are you thinking? What are you feeling here? Because you said going on a they advertise it. We've even talked to some testers.
Yeah.
If you go to a site that's been hit,
Yeah.
you're going to get some different angles, some different readings, some different stories.
Yeah.
How are you feeling so far? I know it's only a couple hours.
So I got that coil. My focus for that coil was going to be as a sniper coil. And I don't want to mislead anybody out there. That coil is not a replacement coil. That coil is not I got this brand new coil and it's super deep and it's now my main coil. That probably is not going to be the case unless you're hunting nuggets or something. But it was a sniper coil for me. So I wanted to get it out there to see if it could pick through the iron, if it would go deeper. But there's not a lot of difference, be honest with you, between 40 kilohertz and 53 kilohertz, which is basically what the new max kilohertz on most of the stock programs is 53 kilohertz. So you're going from multi-frequency 40 kilohertz is what you're used to hunting from, unless you hunt a program where you're going single frequency and all that. I get it. But so I wanted to see how much deeper it was. So it was hard for me to tell because, well, I will tell you, when we started the new site, everything there is pretty darn deep, which is a good sign because it's older. It's deep. They were all 6-7 inches, which is good. Could I have hit that with my 9-inch coil? Absolutely.
Right.
And so it was kind of hard for me to tell if it was doing better than the 9-inch. I didn't switch over. I just kept the HF on there and kept doing it. And then when we got to the ranch, I was finding little stuff, man. I was finding percussion caps. I was finding the smallest little things, 6-8 inches down, just little small things. But is that because of the HF coil?
Right.
Or is that just what's left at this pounded out site?
Right.
So I didn't walk away with, it worked fine. It worked fine. Totally no problem. I did, what I did is I worked 3 programs that day. I worked the Techna program. I worked my X-ray program, and I worked a general program just to see what the thing was sounding like through those 3 programs. So when I would hit a target that sounded deep, I would switch between those 3 programs. I did play with higher frequencies. So I went to the Goldfield program, which I think maxes out at 89 kilohertz. And it was just super noisy. That Goldfield program hears every single little tiny thing. Right. And it was really noisy and it worked just fine. I wouldn't want to hunt that for relics unless it was a real quiet field. Then I might, like in England or something, I might consider that. And then I also did switch it over to my custom program that I put into the manual program, which kicked it up to 120 kilohertz with the +6 additive to it, the offset. And it was just ridiculously loud and noisy.
Yeah.
And so that's for something else, right? We're going to test those gold nuggets with it. We have the gold nuggets test card. I didn't get a chance to do it that day, but it's on my agenda to film that and to get the smallest, tiniest little gold nugget you ever seen and put it through its paces on both the 89 and 120 kilohertz mode. But
I can't wait. Honestly, it's going to take a little bit of tweaking and understanding for what situation, which direction you go with it. But once you get there, I'm really excited to see what you can pick out from the sites that we've been at. I'm excited for that. And I mean, those percussion caps, holy cow, they are tiny. They are tiny.
And if they're
brass,
deep,
right?
Yeah. And if they're deep, they're just really hard to hear and really hard to get.
They're tough.
And I was trying to squeak out any little thing because I figured what was left out at that site has to be deep or small or both. And so I was just listening to it. And I'll tell you what it did do, which is exactly what I want it for. Anybody that uses a small coil knows what I'm talking about. It was sharp, man. It was it was laser sharp. It was just sharp. There's no way around it. Like when you hit a target, it would just sound different than a larger coil. And when you're kind of, swinging around it as you rotate around it, just to kind of see where it's at. Here's what it sounded like, see if it fades, see if numbers change, all that kind of stuff. It just was on it. It just was really on it. And I got a really good day of swinging with it. So definitely not an expert on it. Definitely don't have it mastered or anything like that, but definitely want to go back out there with it and do some more. And we found stuff. We found stuff that hammered out site,
Yeah. That's
I think any coil of anybody had, even a bounty hunter 8-inch concentric coil, would have found stuff we found at that new site because it was just unhit.
Well, of course.
But,
yeah. Nothing hasn't been hit. So
but 100 outside, man.
That's great. Really cool. I mean,
we found
it's living up to the hype that people are talking about. Now you're getting to see it firsthand, and reinforce. Yeah, this is what people are talking about. You're seeing it. I'm excited to see how things work out for you with that coil, for sure.
Me too.
Yep.
We need to go out again. Let's go.
I know.
Who would have thought we'd be saying that almost February,
I'm thinking Sunday. So I'll have to dust off the Manicore, try out the new my that I won, my new pinpointer that I won, my 40, my what the hell is that thing called? Profine 40? Is that
Profine 40? Yeah.
Yeah, I won that. So hook those two up and meet Cindy out there and see what we got. I'll go find all the stuff that you missed when you were out there last weekend. I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, I see the text. We're all on a text message thing. We always, me and all of our friends, like Mike, you and I are always on there, and Cindy's always in there. And yeah, I saw him floating around today about let's go Sunday, and I've just been like daydreaming ever since.
I know, right?
It's hard to get some work done at the end of the day when those texts are flying around.
Well, I don't know if he's in the chat yet, but I was telling you earlier, I was talking with Tom Patton, down in Southern Colorado. Yeah, there he is, Freedom Finders of Adventures. Talking with him yesterday, and it's just funny, man. You can never meet a person in person, but you exchange text messages, you're just sending messages back and forth. It's like you've known each other for years. I mean, we're going back and forth talking about stuff and sending pictures, and it's like we've known each other forever. And it's just how this community is. I think it's fantastic. And
there's a lot of similarities, man. There's a lot of
it's great. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
It's rare when I meet a detectorist that I'm just like, man, you're
right.
You're kind of an outlier. Like
you can't relate to them. You can't buddy up with them.
Yeah.
It's funny. Jason just said if Cindy's involved, there isn't likely much left. Jason was out here in Colorado and was able to detect with us for Rush to the Rockies, as well as kind of off site during some times. And he got to hunt with Cindy, and he understands. Cindy is a go-getter.
And she's retired now, so she just detects all the time. No, you don't.
Hunt to the side of her. Don't hunt behind her. Yeah. She's not going to leave anything.
She's just like one of these go-getters like we experienced. Who was it? It was Preacher Digger, Nugget Noggin, the Andrew and his wife up in Washington, the Relic Rangers. They're just they're just gone.
They go.
Yeah. So like I'd look up, the landowner had her horses out, so it was cool. Beautiful black stallions, right? Really beautiful horses. And so I'm swinging. I look up. I see Cindy. I kind of talked to her. I said, "Hey, where did you guys find those coins at?" And she's like, "Oh, over here. We found the shield nickel over here. Found shield nickel over here." And I'm like, "Okay." So I start heading that way, and she was kind of up in that area. And you look down. You're kind of looking around. I look up, and it had been 3 minutes, 2 minutes tops. And I can't even see her anymore. And I turn around. She's back by the cars. She's all over the place. I'm like, man,
it's great. She's a go-getter.
It's terrible though, because she's such a go-getter that when you do find something, now I got to walk a half a mile to go show her.
Yeah.
Or to go see what she just found.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Speaking of people that we detect with out here in Colorado, you and I both got a text message today from our buddy Michael, Metal Detecting NoCo.
Yeah. Yep.
And so the backstory is, if you guys are on Facebook or on social media, you maybe have already seen this, but we wanted to throw it out there for a couple of the people that are watching from Colorado or really know their tokens. Short story is he was a museum reached out to him looking for a specific item that allegedly was lost on the grounds of this museum or this old site or whatever. And he's out there hunting, and needless to say, he didn't find the item they were looking for, but he pulls out this token right here. Nice. And it says Denver Club on the front. If you guys are watching us live, you'll be able to see it. But I'll describe it to our after the podcast listeners here. So it's a square token. It looks like it's probably like aluminum. And it says Denver Club on the front of it. And then on the back, how unique is this? Good for 12.5 cents in trade.
Yeah.
So he sends this over to us. And, like I said, if anybody here is, Colorado, Tom, or, if there's anybody else out here, I thought I saw some other people from Colorado up in the mountains. If you guys can identify this or know anything about this, I looked in my merchant trade tokens. This thing is incredible. It's a wire-bound notebook that's got every trade token you can imagine. I could not find Denver Club inside this book. Which is interesting, because for the research that I know that you did, as well as Michael, found out it's not really like a merchant token per se, one that was traded at a specific place, at a specific, whatever, dry goods area or anything like that. But it was more of a general type of token for a social club, right? What was that? Yeah. Do you remember what they had said about that?
They had just said that it was common for them to give this back in change for a quarter, right? So if a quarter was 2 bits, this was a bit.
Sure.
So they would, a shot of whiskey or a really good top shelf whiskey or a really good cigar would be a bit. And so that somebody would have 2 bits, they'd give them a quarter and they'd give these back in change. So they would make these just to make change for one drink off of a quarter or something like that. That's what I read about.
So unique though. I love the shape. You and I both love tokens.
Love it.
It's fantastic to find coins. Relics are amazing. All those kind of different things. There's just something about tokens. It's such a unique era of U.S. history, and to find them for Colorado, which apparently, according to this book, there's quite a few of them, because this is not a thin book.
No,
just finding a token, I think, is fantastic. So when he shot this over to us in that group chat, I was like, okay, let me drop what I'm doing here. I'm interested now.
Yeah. You find a coin, right? And then what are you looking for when you look for coins?
The date.
Low mintage,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Well, there's nothing more low mintage than these tokens, because they didn't make, just a ton of them. And they're so unique, and they always have names on them and stuff that you can go research and find. And they're just really unique relics and pieces of our history. Really cool.
Yep.
So really cool token, man. Cool. I love it.
Yeah. And if anybody out there does know anything more about that Denver Club, 12.5 cents, get a hold of Ken or I, let us know, give us some information. We'll pass along to Michael. And actually he just texted, it says going to reach out to a Denver museum to see if they want to have it. So he's already on the horse to reach out to some places and get some information about it and get it donated to a museum. So
gotcha.
Very cool guy, very cool token.
Yeah. So I found this. I'll show you some of the finds I found last weekend. But this, I never found one of these before. Oh, and I got the description right next to it, so I'm not going to be able to stump people.
Oh,
can I change the?
I won't cheat. I swear.
Let me see. So check out this tag I found. Can you see that?
I can.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? Is that DEN?
DBT.
Oh.
1923.
Okay.
5031.
Oh, that's the 5030. Oh, 5031 token. Yeah, I've seen
it's
that.
The 5031 token.
Yeah, it's
from the year 5031. They only made 1923 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my research, it turns
DDT.
out this is a Denver bike tax token, bicycle tax token.
What?
You used to have to get these tax
You had to
tokens.
Would you have to register it like your vehicle? Is that?
Yeah, and you would have to fasten this to your bike. They made all different kinds. Like when I started searching this, they're usually round. It's kind of rare for this to be oval like that.
Okay.
But yeah, who would have thought?
Interesting.
And this is why I like relics. It doesn't matter the age. If it's old and you don't know about it, those are the relics I loved, because I loved doing the research on this and finding out.
I've never heard of
it.
Never.
Because now we're both scratching our head going, who would have even thought?
Now I've seen like chauffeur badges.
Sure.
Those were a thing, but and vehicle
dog tags.
Dog tags, a bike tax.
Denver bike tax.
Almost like it had to have been like a registration. It's got a registration number on there.
It does.
So
isn't that crazy?
The things I always think about, like with that, like same thing with the chauffeur badge. If I'm wondering if you really could dig deep enough into some sort of archive and find out who that was registered to.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Same thing with the chauffeur. Like, who was the chauffeur? Where were they? What was their home address, kind of deal? And but to figure out, this was a 11-year-old boy named Max, who lived on 23rd Street in Denver, something like that. It just would blow your mind, just knowing that kind of information. Very, very cool.
And then last weekend, I actually FaceTimed you.
You did. You did.
So you guys have heard us talk on here before that whenever we're not detecting together, whenever something awesome and amazing and bucket lister and oh my God, can't believe it comes up, we're usually FaceTiming each other.
Yes.
Tony found his gold coin. There he was on FaceTime, shaking.
You found your gold coin.
Yep. There we are on FaceTime. And so I actually FaceTimed him last weekend. So first I'm going to show you the picture and I'm going to let people guess what it is. You want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And while you're pulling it up, I'll just say on my end, what it's like. It's an immediate stand up, get off stand up, because you can't, there's no more relaxing. Like the level just shot through the roof. If it's FaceTime from Ken, something's going on here. So I stood up right away and connected, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. What you got?
And I'll lead you into kind of where my mind was going.
Okay.
Because the property we on was this old ranch property, sort of old military trail came through there, civilian trail came through there, Native American trails came through there. We have found points and stuff like that. We found military relics. So that's the age, 1850s, 1860s. That's the age of this ground. Really not any modern stuff. If you find stuff, it tends to be old. It's just not always cool. So this, I'm digging up this target, and I pulled this up and I didn't know what I had. And let me show you here. All right. Just put in the guess in the chat what you think this is.
Can you zoom in on it at all?
Yeah, let me do that.
I don't know if you can. Oh, there you go.
So it's iron. It's definitely iron. And what I thought this was has been found out in this area before.
Yes.
And what I thought this was, I had never found before.
So
top of bucket list, but pretty big bucket lister.
Yeah.
Anybody putting some guess in there?
Yeah. Connie thinks Kettle Point. Ohio Pull Tabs Metal Point.
Yep.
The Bill Hayes says Iron Point.
Yep.
Scotty Kappa's Tip of a Tool.
Yep.
How about I Dig Daytona 4478 Blade Point.
Yep.
Bayonet Sheath Tip.
Yep.
Metal Arrowhead. How about Rock Pick 777 Metal Arrowhead?
There you go. Okay.
All 100%. All 100%.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought I had.
That's the route that you start going down.
Yep. Kettle point, trade point.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought trade point, again, for those listening in, maybe just getting started or so. So a kettle point would be arrowheads made out of sort of old kettles. Sometimes they use barrel bands, and they would make these iron or other types of metals into arrowheads. Now, the Native Americans would get these barrel bands and they would fashion them themselves. But what I heard was that if you get a point and it's all kind of like not uniform in its shape and size and symmetrically, similar, that it was made by sort of the Native Americans rather crudely. Whereas if you found one that was pretty uniform sides and nice shaped one and, sharpened on the edges and stuff, it was generally a trade point, something the soldiers would make or civilian traders would make, and they would trade them with Native Americans. So because of the uniform point of this thing, I was thinking this was an iron trade point. And I even looked up some images of it and thought I saw what this was, because it's definitely beveled on each edge down to an edge. And I knew I was missing something down here at the bottom, but I've been wanting to find a kettle point and a trade point ever since I knew I could find those here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All right. So FaceTime Tony.
You found out some information about, they were even manufactured back east and kind of shipped out west.
Correct.
During the time that, the Indian Wars, what we're known for out here in Colorado. So being on the site hits the Indian Wars, like, universal, everything kind of points towards that direction for sure. And you convinced me. You didn't have to, hold the gun to my head here. You convinced me this is exactly what that is.
No, I've been wrong before, more times than I'm right, probably. Right. And first thing I thought is that Detectorist show where he had the fence top, the point top of thought it was a
Roman spear.
Roman spear. It was just the top.
It's the top to a fence,
iron fence. But again, not finding too many modern things out in this field at this ranch. So I was just like, man, this is just amazing. I have to FaceTime my buddy Tony, and then Cindy's looking at it and she's kind of skeptical, and then we're sending it to Beth, and she's the one that has found some of these out there before, and she starts questioning it, and so then I started questioning it. And we're looking around, and I don't think it is.
No,
I don't think it is. I think I've written it off.
Why?
Because if you look right here on the left-hand edge, it's actually separating. So that means it's folded, and they wouldn't make this out of a folded piece of metal.
It would be a solid piece.
There's the side.
Ooh, that's a good shot right there.
And you see how the
zoom
tip
in on that?
Yeah. That's as most as I can just zoom in.
Okay.
So you see how it's splitting up the side? The more I was kind of trying to clean it and kind of brush it off a little bit, this seam developed on me. Okay. So I was like, okay, well, it would definitely be a solid piece of metal that they fashioned into an arrowhead if it was a trade point. So now I have no idea. I have no idea what this is. However, I just saw in the chat, somebody guessed the same thing. Beth. Oh, there's another one right there.
That is Beth.
Yeah, that is Beth. She thinks it's a sword scabbard tip thing. Flash in Your Pan just said he thought it was the same thing. Where did his comment go? He said, tip of a bayonet. So definitely not tip of a bayonet, but
nope.
Right
bayonet
along.
Sheath tip.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. Bayonet sheath.
The sheath tip, right.
Yeah. And that's kind of what Beth thought it was. So it's unknown. It's unknown right now. All I know is it just shook me to the core. And so I had that experience, right? So that's fun. That's thing. I got that experience. That's why we detect a lot of times, is to get those kinds of experiences. But
we just popped up in the chat here. We should have sent this over to Cliff.
We should have.
And man, he says, I found a couple. Don't think it is a trade point.
Nope. And I agree with you. I didn't, but at first I did. I was like, oh. I think it's
agree.
a trade point. Yeah. So.
Oh, I was floating.
It was fun, man. It was really fun. It was really fun for a second.
This is why we love this stupid hobby so many times, because A, you never know. And then B, when you do find it and you don't know, you get to research it. And you've got people that have the experience. They've seen it. They found it. They know what it is, and they can chime in and help each other and all these other things.
Right.
I think Scotty's asked this twice now. So can you touch on what is a trade point? I know you briefly did, but maybe touch on that again.
Well, I don't know the exact definition of it, but my opinion of a trade point is arrowheads that were fashioned out of metal by either mass produced back east and shipped this way, or local soldiers, local civilians that would fashion arrowheads out of different types of metal, barrel bands, kettles, old pieces of iron, and they would fashion them into arrowheads, and they would trade them with local Native Americans. They would trade them at trading, trading forts and different areas as a way of bartering.
It's going to hold up. It's going to hold up a little bit better than some of the rock ones or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was more sought after, by the Indians, because they could reuse them a lot easier. You hit a rock with it, it wouldn't chip apart and all that kind of stuff. So.
Right. So it was just a trade item that they would do. And, sure. I've always heard that if it's really uniform and perfect looking, it was usually a trade point, something made, European made, or, somewhere in the West. And then they, if it was sort of misshapen or roughly the shape of an arrowhead and kind of rough looking, non-symmetrical, that it would have been made, out of metal from the actual Native Americans. That's just a story I heard. I don't know how true any of this stuff is, but yeah, it was cool. A couple other finds here I can share with you real quick. These are always fun to find. Where am I going to find? I'll share my screen. This is 4570, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So those are always fun to find. Sort of long bullet rifle cartridge, right?
Yeah. A lot of powder. Good rifle round.
Yeah. So it's got some age on it. Indian Wars period.
It does.
Yep. It does. 1880s. So 1870s, 1880s.
And a really good round, because they're still using the 4570. Now, obviously not in a muzzle loader, but still using that round today. So
at first I didn't think this was it, because it looked like it was too small of a diameter.
Sure.
But yeah, everything I looked up on it says 4570.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, and then this thing. This is a Roman pull tab from back in 1 BC.
A Roman pull tab.
I don't know what that.
Wow, that popped open the grape wine that they had out in during the Roman times.
It sounded great because it was sitting straight up and down. So I didn't hear this as a big target. It was deep and it was straight up and down. So when I first uncovered it, I saw the top of this thing and I was like, what is that? Then I started pulling on it and I was like, oh man.
Gotta be maybe a wagon piece or something. There's Cindy.
Full jacketed shotgun shell. So that's kind of cool.
Ooh, nice.
And then my fake out and a little Henry cartridge. So
there's a Henry. Nice.
Yeah. So those are just some of the things
well, good job. That's a good hunt.
It's a good hunt.
Especially in a hunted out area, right? I mean, we talked about that. We have pounded that spot many, many, many times. Really good stuff found there. Yep. And for you to still find a cartridge, a bullet, I mean, those are all mid-tones that we're listening for. Not a lot of high tones came out of that area. So we're just pounding the mid-tones. And for you to come up with a couple of those as well, that says a lot for that high frequency coil. Oh, there you go.
Yep. I love these little adjusters and stuff. And you know what I found out at that ranch? Let me see if I can find it real quick. That's the same place where I found the flattened out eagle button. And here we go. That one and that one. Here we go. Let me share this real quick. This is the same property where I found this.
Oh,
Okay, so this is a eagle button that has been purposefully flattened out. No, it didn't get underneath the wagon wheel. This was purposefully flattened out to pieces. It was about 2 feet away from this lead disc, right? Completely flattened out.
okay.
Got to be game tokens. It's got to be
Absolutely.
poker chips. It's got to be game pieces.
Absolutely.
It's just got to be. Especially which this so well-traveled trail that we were on.
Correct.
And we were right on the wagon line, right on the wagon line. Like this is right.
That
off
was
the
a
wagon
spot
line.
where people stayed.
Yes.
This spot.
Yep.
So when you've got extra time on your hands, you're gambling.
Yep. It just had to be. Like I couldn't figure out any reason why that would be absolutely flattened the way it was. And then this is similarly, lead,
A piece of lead
flattened
round.
out real close to it. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So same property.
Well, hopefully I have good luck like you do.
Yeah.
Sure. You did well. That's
should be fun.
It's a good trip.
Yep.
For sure.
And now I can't wait to get
We'll
out
have
again.
I'm gonna have to send over that bike tax, whatever thing. Send that over to Tin Man. Have him look at that. I don't know if he came in after the fact, but he might be interested in that. That's a cool piece of Denver history.
Yep.
Beth also found a cylinder.
That's
for the
right.
gun, as well as that inert grenade was also found.
We found a grenade.
Yeah, it's been a fun site to be at, for sure.
Tell that story of the grenade real quick.
As far as
Cindy, but yeah.
Yeah. Cindy. So she digs this up. She had the owner's grandchildren, I think, were visiting, and
picture this.
Picture this. She's and Cindy's a sweetheart. So the grandkids come out. What do you always right? Well, you're gonna find treasure. So they're following Cindy around, and she hears this decently good target. She digs it up, reaches down she pops it up. And right away, one of the grandkids is following around, reaches down and grabs this thing, pulls it up out of the dirt hole, and holds it up. And it's the pineapple
grenade. It's a grenade.
And Cindy,
straight up,
Cindy snatches it out of her hand. She's thinking, "Oh Lord, now I'm gonna, not only am I gonna die, I'm gonna kill this grandkid with me." She grabs it real quick. You come to find out, the bottom had been drilled out. I don't know if it was a dummy grenade or what ever in the world, is this out there, because it doesn't fit the time period that we're really looking for. But just what
was that doing there?
Yeah,
buried.
Not anything you would ever expect, right? Especially, and then of course, right at that exact moment, the 7-year-old reaches in, grabs it, pulls it out of there, snatches it.
The grandma's like, Cindy didn't take it and run and jump on it and say, "Get away, get away."
I don't know. Pretty funny story. I mean,
I laughed and
fantastic area. Yeah. What a good time, right? I mean, all these stories that we have that, it's amazing. I moved into this new house, and you pack up all your stuff, and then you get to unload it all, and I've got my big display over here, and I'm pulling stuff out of the boxes. I can tell you almost nearly every single piece that I have, where I found it, who I was with, and it's just those stories, right, that go along not only with the relics and the history, but the people that you're with, enjoying this with each other. So, Beth was out there with Cindy that day as well, so they got to experience that together.
I couldn't even imagine, man. Kid doesn't know, right? He's like, "Cool, big piece of something." No, Grandma was probably freaking out, but hey, somebody earlier too. Scotty Coppers.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, how do we know a site is searched out?
Ooh.
Well, we always say a site is never searched out, right?
Never.
So,
never.
I don't know.
No, you won't find as many things, as you go.
Yeah.
And this could even go to what we, a segment that we want to do, which one would you rather kind of deal. When you get to a new site, are you cherry picking you're cherry picking, you're going through, you're not digging the iron grunts. You're probably you're listening for a high tone for like a silver coin. You're listening for a really good mid-tone, a bullet or a button, and you're kind of picking those things out. And then as you go through time, you're getting less and less of those mid-tones. There's no high tones anywhere.
Yeah.
You start digging those questionable deep iron type tones that could be something else. And you just keep, it has like layers to it. You start pulling out stuff up top. Then you start moving deeper and things keep going. And in terms of searching it out, you're always going to have something that, ground conditions change, times of year change, detectors change, inches and angles change, all those things, different things change. So is it really ever really, really hunted out? Probably not. I mean, you go back in 10 more years and still find a damn percussion cap, right? That we had missed, that kind of deal. So is it ever really hunted out?
I don't think so. But it's just your patience. How much patience do you have?
There you go.
And a site like that, as long as we're finding one or two things a day, I'd go there all the time because it's so old, and the finds have been really interesting there.
That's
and
right on the
inches and angles because we don't grid it.
No,
we wander, and because of
you've had how many people on there? I mean, go crossing over everybody. There's been a lot of feet on the ground.
I shot videos, so you're gonna have a video coming out of that day. But
I can't wait.
I asked Cindy, I said, "How many times have you been out here? On your own with Beth?" And it was a lot. And I know you and I and them have been out there a lot. And
yes.
Yeah. So matter of fact, I think the property is getting ready to be sold. And I think Cindy was campaigning for us to be grandfathered in with the property.
Yeah. It's part of the deed, right? That gets transferred. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we'll still be going out there as long as we can.
Well, and I think, I've been talking a lot with Tin Man here as well. New technology changes everything as well. As technology changes, you're getting different, high frequency coil comes out, a site that now has, quote, been hunted out. Now you're getting some different targets, some different readings, different inches and angles, all those kind of, absolutely. Technology changes and it's evolving. And honestly though, I feel like a lot is weather conditions. Weather conditions can really change, and not necessarily even being, I hate the word, but moist versus, dry. But it seems like something to do with the lunar phase or something. Like, I don't know what it is.
Whether I drank the night before.
Well, yeah, that too. But but one day it's dead quiet, and you could go back literally the next day or the next week, and all of a sudden things have completely changed on the site. So,
Yep. I noticed that also up in the mountains too. When you get up there, the weather and the moisture out there and everything really can light up your machine and make you hear things a little deeper even. But yeah, shoot. Old sites, new sites, gotta love them all for sure.
Yeah. And that's another good story from Bill, the Button Foundation site, the Button Foundation. The Bills have been hunting that for, like legit over a decade.
Yeah.
And was it last year or 18 months ago or something? Bill goes out there and finds a piece of 8.
Yeah.
And that is a high tone.
Yeah.
So
when I found that flattened eagle button and that game piece, those game pieces, we thought it was hunted out at that point. And so we thought there was no more eagle buttons there. We found them all. We found all the military that we were going to find there. And I find that little flattened eagle button, it just renewed our excitement for that. At least for me, I was like, yep. So when Cindy's like, you want to go back there? I'm like, yep. Because if there's one, there's more, and we've already found a ton of them there, but there's got to be more. Inches and angles, man.
Well, I kind of feel that way about the site that you found your gold coin at as well. Again, we found some great stuff at the ranch, 100% going back. Everybody loves going there. But once you found the gold coin, it got pounded because we didn't want to miss another gold coin. And it was not a good tone either.
No.
We've been back there many times. It might be worth going back there again. I don't know. Give it a year off. I think stealth diggers do that all the time. like, gosh, we haven't been back here for 3 years, and all of a sudden they go back and they're finding all kinds of stuff, whole shoe buckles. I mean, so
let
I don't
a little
know
bit
what
of
it is,
erosion
but
happen. Let some
sure,
soil movement move some stuff around.
something.
Yeah, I'd love to go back there sometime. That'd be a lot of fun. I mean, even
Absolutely.
Beth found those tin back 1840 tin back Navy Eagle
Naval
Eagle buttons.
Yep.
Tin backs. Crazy. What were they doing in the middle of Colorado?
They were next to the gold coin.
They found what, 3 of them? 4 of them out there? 3?
I think 3. Yeah.
Crazy.
How awesome was that?
Got to get back there. Well, hey, you want to play a little?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Play a little this or that.
I've been itching to throw these out. I know last week I kind of ran solo, and boy, are everybody happy to see you back. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, buddy. Last minute, man. Last minute, had to take my dog to the hospital.
We had a good time. Had a good time. But there's a couple of these that I kind of held over because I wanted to really get your insight on them. And it seems like the chat really enjoys doing this as well. It's kind of like a segment that we call Which One. And it's almost like a Would You Rather, where you get two different metal detecting, treasure hunting related topics, ideas, and you have to, out of those two, which one would you rather, and then defend your answer. So this one I've really been I really held off, and I want to go first because I don't want you to pick it for me.
Is it whiskey or schnapps?
Ooh, I'm gonna go whiskey.
There you go. Enough said.
All right. So if you guys are listening, right now with us live, go ahead and tell us which one would you rather, and even if you're listening on the after, on the replay here, tell us which one would you rather. So here we go. This is the one I really wanted to do here for you. So Ken, which one would you rather find, a lost class ring or an antique locket with a picture?
Real quick, Scotty. Thank you, buddy. Oh, that's a good one, man.
It's a tough one.
Good one.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, that's a tough one. Okay.
Lost
possibly. Okay, yeah. So both personal items. I'll think this out.
Yeah.
Both personal items. Love finding personal items. One of my favorite things to find. Got a name on it, got anything on it. So one has a picture, one's got a name. Who knows if the lock has got a name on it or not?
Sure.
But both are very, very personal. I think the locket with a picture is more personal because you have a picture, especially if it's visible and you can see. You'd probably start right there with the landowner and kind of find out if they know anything about it. But the lost class ring is always really close to almost a for sure thing of being able to return that maybe to not only the person, but to the family with enough research.
Yeah. Yes.
Which is wonderful, wonderful thing to do with our hobby, is to give that back to people, whether it's a dog tag or it's a class ring like that. I'm going with antique locket.
Okay.
With a picture.
Why? What leads at 5149? Because it's pretty close, right?
Yeah, it's is really close. If I'm looking at a class ring, it's got a name, it's anonymous, it means nothing to me. It's a name and a date, and I'm going to love to return that ring. I'm going to get intimate with this locket with a picture in it, right? I'm going to see who the person was in this. I'm going to wonder what their story was, more than who was this person that lost this ring. Right. The antique locket with a picture, that was somebody's personal thing. Did they lose it? Did they put it there purposefully? Because I've heard of people doing that, finding things that somebody had buried on purpose to kind of let people go or something. I just think that's the way I'm going. I think I'm going with the locket with the picture. It's more intimate. What do you think?
Good answer.
Did you say you're not going to answer this one, or
no?
You
I
are?
said good answer. Good answer. Yeah, start first off, antique locket, I would say, but the class ring, most likely, like we said, we could return that, but it's one person involved. that person got that ring for themselves with their name on it, with their high school. That is about them, which is incredible history. What's the story of how they lost it? Like, I mean, it's an incredible piece. Yeah. Antique locket, though, belonged to somebody with somebody else's picture inside.
Yeah.
Why? You know, was it a soldier that went off to war? Is it their mother that, you know, tragically, you know, they lost? Like, you know, again, it is a incredible personal item, but man, a very close, personal, emotional item. And that's incredible. Most likely we'll never be able to find out the previous owner of it, which, you know, is tough, but incredible piece. And to find it, especially the way we, you know, it's not like at a antique shop or something. We're going to find it in the ground. You know, it's got weather, it's got water, it's got conditions on it, and have a picture that's still inside of it that has made it through that and weathered through it. What an incredible piece.
Yeah. There was it's been a long time. It's on one of my weekly dirt shows. I featured it in my show, but somebody in England found a gold, like 18 karat gold locket that had a lock of hair in it.
Oh,
and even that is just amazing. Right. And I'll never forget that. It was one of the most beautiful gold.
Sure.
It was beautiful.
Again,
all kinds of design on it.
It's such a personal item, but it's a personal item that someone cherished because it was somebody else.
Yeah.
So a lot more emotion to it. And that's absolutely incredible. Wow.
We had a lot of people commenting on it. North Shore said class ring. Cindy, welcome, Cindy. I was just talking about you. Said gold locket.
So of course she says gold. Gold locket was not part of it, but she always goes to the gold.
Gold locket.
Gold locket.
Yeah. Dirt Digging Historian says antique locket with a picture. A lot of people are saying locket, unless the ring's 24K.
Again, gold.
That does change some things. Locket, class ring, and hope for a return. Absolutely. There's nothing better. There's no better feeling than that, helping people out. Oh my gosh. Like that.
And that story, when that story comes out of how they lost it.
Yeah.
It just adds to that find. It's incredible.
Especially when it's like 40 years later or something, you know?
Right. Oh yeah.
Some lady's lost her husband and she's, you know, you know what I mean? And she's like, oh my God, that was my class ring when I first started dating my husband. Yeah.
My girlfriend had it. We broke up. She got upset and she threw it into the woods. Like, you know, and it was like, oh, I'm sorry.
I've heard of that happening a lot for people that do a lot of ring returns. Like a lot of ring finders out there. I've heard that happens quite a bit where they show up and they're telling some story about how they lost this ring. And after about an hour searching, you finally get the truth out of them that, no, I took this ring and chucked it because he, you know, I was mad at him and now we don't know where it's at.
That's right.
Class ring, locket, ring. Found a few and returned them. Yeah. I bet it's a great thing to do. Yeah. It's sort of, you know, maybe 60-40 edging off to the locket here.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
Well, both have great, you know, justifications, obviously.
Yep.
Can't go wrong with either one. That's why this makes it so difficult for you to take a position.
Yep. Let me see. Let me look through this list.
Go easy on me.
All right. There's so many good ones here. I swear we talked some of this. Oh, okay. Here's one.
All right.
Jerky or trail mix?
Thanks for going easy. Jerky or trail mix? Ooh.
Everyone's going to say peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We sometimes talk about snacks that we take on our trips. So this is pretty relevant here. Jerky or trail mix. I'll give you mine and a good justification for it. I love trail mix. But my issue is I like the trail mix with the M&Ms in it. And when you're out in the middle of nowhere in the heat, those M&Ms melt and they get everywhere. So I prefer jerky for our trips. Protein, a little bit of heat kind of softens them up a little bit. Tastes pretty darn good. So I would go with jerky.
I would too, man. I would too.
Yeah?
I love myself some jerky, and especially that jerky you made me that time. What was it? Snow goose? What'd you say it was? Snow goose jerky.
Yeah.
Guys, telling you, people out there
Teriyaki
listening,
snow goose jerky. It was
teriyaki snow goose jerky. Don't knock it till you try it.
From
I
Colorado.
am a connoisseur of jerky.
Yeah.
And yes. And
You told me about the jerky at Buc-ee's.
oh, Buc-ee's is my favorite place to go in the entire world. Just because of the jerky. I will get sick on jerky from that place. Just always been a fan of jerky. My dad got me started when I was young. It's just, we used to make it and smoke it and dehydrate it and stuff. And just love jerky. Haven't made it forever, man. And you got me all thinking about it with that snow goose jerky.
Yeah. You know what? I wasn't going to say it, but you should be coming over on Saturday.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to call and tell my son I'm not going to take him out for his birthday. I'm going to get snow goose jerky.
Which is funny. Detect Dig Smile says goose meat is good. Completely different tangent here. Saturday, having a big football party. Broncos are in the playoffs, right? Messages go out. People, it's going to be a dude's night, right? A dude's football party. Oh. I'm like, all right, what's the menu, right? All game meat, dove, elk, turkey, goose, like everything that we've hunted, it's going to be on the menu.
Yeah. Whether it's fresh or not. Tony's just throwing it out there on the table.
I've got a package of Canada goose breasts in the freezer. Gosh. Guess what I'm going to make?
Oh.
Canada goose pastrami.
Oh.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm going to try it. In fact, after the podcast, I have to start the process. It literally takes 4 days to make. So I have to start the process after the podcast of brining it in a dry rub and extracting, pulling the juices out, and then come Saturday morning, goes on the smoker. 250 for an hour and a half or so, get it up to 150 internal.
You got to come up with a name for this party. It's like Tony's Wild Man Party. Is that what you're going to call it?
Just had to throw that out there since we were talking about jerky. So
I'm still going to try to make it, man. I just don't think I will, but I'm going to try.
Especially doors always open. Doors always open.
All right, let's grab another one. What do you think?
Yeah, I've got one I was really wanting to. This is one that I'm calling right now is probably going to be 50-50.
Larry.
Rough crowd.
Larry,
yeah, thanks, Larry. Well, since he's in Missouri, you can say, well, what's it like to finally not be in the playoffs for those Chiefs? Anyways, okay, I think this one's going to be 50-50. Let me pull this. Where did you get that one? Can you pull that off of there? That's fine.
Oh.
I lost it. Where am I going here? Here we go. Okay. So I feel like this one's going to be 50-50. But I think it's going to cause some good conversation. So which one? Do you research heavy, or you're purely just out there for exploration? Now we're talking, say, a new site. Are you researching heavy, or do you just kind of, pick a site and just go out for exploration? You don't know anything about it.
Yeah. Both.
There's advantages to both, right?
Yeah. Yeah, there is. You and I do a ton of research.
No.
We do a ton of research. And we try to target where we go based on that research to give us the best odds of maybe getting on a hot spot and finding some really cool relics. Yeah. But there's also something exciting about, well, here, I'll tell you, I'll give you guys a little tip. And one of the things I do to try to gain additional permissions when just to throw it out there, is I will post Facebook posts on Facebook groups in certain communities and just basically say, hi, here's who I am. I love the metal detect. Here's some of the things I'm looking for. If you have a property older than 1900s, blah, 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 whatever, pick a year. I would love to come out and detect on your thing and see what we might find. You never know what you're going to find. And I do a lot more, say more than that, but I kind of do that and give them an email address so they can reach out to me. You'd be surprised how many just off the cuff permissions you get like that. Yep. And they're not good. They're usually not good permissions because you didn't research it, right? Sure. You just didn't research it. But what it is they are permissions that you wouldn't have otherwise have gotten because you're not going to go out there and look for that. Maybe you didn't think to look for that property. So a lady would message me and say, yeah, she goes, my house was built in 1892. And I have the old schoolhouse is right next door, and I know the landowners there, and I could probably get you on it. So stuff like that opens the doors. Was I looking for that school property? Maybe at some point, but probably not in this town. And then her property, didn't ever know anything about that property. So when it comes to that, sometimes it's fun to just be put on pure exploration like that, where you're going to go out there and you're just going to explore around and see what you can hit. Door knocking is the same thing, just pure exploration. Without much, you're in an old neighborhood or an old area, but you haven't really researched it too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, that's just another tool for getting permissions is to do that. And then you could target different communities, right? It's like this has an old community. Sometimes, like, let's say it's Billstown. You can find Billstown What's Up Facebook groups, Billstown Community Support, Community Chat Facebook group. You just get into those groups and post out a nice picture of you metal detecting or a metal detector. And you kind of just say, here's what I do. Here's what I'm looking for. Oh, and by the way, if you've happened to lost anything of metal, I'll be happy to come out and help you find it. You know what I mean? So it's just another way of putting your hooks in the water to give you some places to go when maybe some of your other permissions dry up or you just want to go out and kind of explore. So what do you think?
I love that approach. I think it's kind of almost the cast net or the shotgun theory of the more hooks you have in the water, the better opportunity you have to find something. Now, would it be your number one on the top of your list site that you would have gone to? Probably not.
Yeah.
So it is more of an exploration. It's just putting it all out there. And if, as long as it's an old neighborhood or if it's an older house, you have an opportunity to find old stuff for sure. Yeah. I live and love research. I'm telling you, just learning the history, seeing where the old stuff was, what it is now, who owns it, do you know the history, getting in touch with the landowners that sometime have owned it for 5 generations, me doing the research and doing all of that legwork. I absolutely love it. And it's kind of funny. I was just thinking about it. I'm the same way when it comes to buying a new vehicle. I'm doing all the research. I'm trying to find the right vehicle for me that I want, that fits me. House hunting, same exact thing. I'm not going to just call my real estate agent and say, hey, we're looking for a house in Colorado. And they send you 500 different houses. And you're like, okay, let's just go to all these different ones. I am all about researching it, weeding out the sites that I don't think are going to fit what I want to do or where I want to be at. And I want to get on the sites that I have deemed higher potential to find the sites that the history that I want to find and deal with. So that's just me personally. A lot in the chat right now have been just exploration. Just love going out, door knocking, just that scatter, that shotgun approach and just hitting everything you can because it's all about the hobby. It's all about detecting, getting outside and finding stuff. And 100% props to those people that like to do that. I love maps, books, diaries, research, anything that I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
So that's just me personally.
Yep. Definitely research is where it at. Nothing ever beats going up, being in person with somebody, getting in front of them, introducing yourself. Like I get it, all that stuff, door knocking right in front of them. The whole Facebook thing is very impersonal, but you're introducing yourselves. I've talked to some great.
You've done well with that.
I've done really well with it. over the years. I've only done it a couple times, and each time it's produced 5 or 6 permissions. Now you go out there, and some of them are like, hey, yeah, so my house was built here. I don't really know what was here before. And I look up, then I research the place and find out there really wasn't anything there much. So then you're like, so what do you do? Well, you just go out and explore and have fun. And a lot of them maybe want to come with you, or can my son come out and watch you do it? Like, yeah, of course, let's go. I'll bring an extra detector. And how many times last time was somebody like, oh, I've had a detector, I've never used it. Maybe you can show me how to use it. Remember the lady with the farm? This lady had this huge farm, all kinds of animals, man, all kinds of animals. And when we got there, it was cool. We're looking at all these little baby doll sheep or whatever she had, like all these so cool donkeys, like all kinds of stuff. Well, then we noticed that she was really into old relics. Remember? Yeah. She collected old relics and turned them into art. So she had all these art pieces up on her wall.
What was the cross made out of? Was that there was glass, right? No, were they horseshoes?
Oh, she had one piece. She had like old hose spigots. Remember the old spigots? Tons of them, painted different colors and arranged in such a way. She also had that metal tin roof in that one room, and you noticed the stamp. And what remember what that said?
It was just made in Ohio. That's all I remember.
Yeah,
right.
And she said, "You're the first person to notice that," because she knew all about it. Yeah,
part of the actual manufacturing of this roof, and the way she had done it on the inside of this barn area was putting it up backwards, and you could see where it was the manufacturing company and how old it was, and and those are just the things that we noticed. And I was like, "Oh, that's from Ohio. That's pretty sweet."
Yeah. And the biggest coincidence, such a small world, is we're walking around there. And so you got to know, like, our metal detecting club is associated and has members that own a ranch here in Colorado. And it's kind of a well-known ranch. It's got a name to it, and they own that ranch. So we're walking this lady's ranch. I just met her. She's showing us all around, and she walks over and she goes, "Oh, did you see my outhouse?" And we said, "Oh, that one over there." And she goes, "Yeah, here, check this out." And so she wanted to show us all the cool artsy stuff that she did with refurbishing this really old outhouse. And as we walk up to it, above the door is the name of this ranch that is associated with our metal detecting club.
Right.
And it has the year it was built, like 1865 or something like that. And I go, "Wait a minute." I go, "Is that really from the ranch?" Yeah, this ranch. And she goes, "Oh, yeah." She goes, "They were having an auction and I bought it from them." And I said, "You mean so-and-so and so-and-so?" She goes, "Oh my God, you know them." Like, small world, right?
And it's not even like in the same town. It's really good distance away from
80 miles away, 100 miles away, maybe.
What are the odds?
What are the odds, man? That we met her off of a Facebook group.
Yeah.
Solicitation, basically. Dying for us to come out. We finally go out there, and she's got this beautiful place with these beautiful animals and all this art stuff that she put together. We're checking out each individual relic, that she's then taken them all and turned it. It was really cool, man. It was such a cool day. So, but yeah, research, man, you and I research like crazy, and we try to focus on hitting those research spots because that's what you do. You try to make it as successful for yourself as possible. And sometimes you go to those research spots and it opens up to other spots around you.
Sure.
And that's always great too. We have a good time with that.
Well, in that specific spot, incredible history, incredible stories about what that location was. It was actually a stop on the railroad, lots of activity. We just weren't able to really find anything there.
Yeah.
For various reasons, but it was also pretty darn historical. And to be able to get permission to be on that site, you didn't find anything, but I'm telling you, man, I walked around just looking around going, "Oh my gosh, if this grass, if this railroad tie, if this dirt mound could talk, what would it say for the last 150 years that it's seen at this location?" Yeah. Pretty incredible stuff, especially significant for that area that we were in too. Very, very significant for that area. So,
yep. Very cool. Okay, I'm going to give you one. Ready?
All right, I'm ready.
You got time for it? Here we go.
Yeah, we got time.
I don't mean to be throwing you softballs. This might not be a softball one, but I'll do
All
this.
right.
Here we go.
All right.
Front yard or backyard?
Oh.
I'm having some thoughts about this.
No, this is actually more difficult than I thought it would be, honestly. All right. Only because of experience, only because of personal experience, I'm going to choose front yard. It has felt to me like we have found more significant items in the front yard, generally like near a walkway coming from the road up to the house, rather than a backyard. And I'm just thinking more history wise. There weren't a lot of garages like in the old days. So everything was pulled up to the front of the house on the street. They got out of the carriage, they got off the horse, whatever, walked up. And generally we find more items in the front yard. I can see the value of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to hunt the backyard as well. But I'm going to go with front yard on that one.
Yeah.
There we go. What about you?
Tin Man says, in town, front yard. Anywhere else, the back.
There you go.
Now,
like I said,
yeah,
pulling up to the house, they hopped out right in the front of the house.
Yeah. So I think it has to do with the age of the town.
Okay.
The age of the home type thing, the location of the home. I think there's a lot of stuff that goes into that, because I think the front yard, right, you're going to get more traffic. You're going to have a chance to find a lot more things. The things I'm interested in, like very personalized things, I think are going to be in the backyard more.
Sure.
They're going to reflect more with the residents of that house, or that property over the years. So it all depends on the history. It all depends on the history of the house. Like if it's an old historic property that's out in the middle of a field somewhere or in a rural area, maybe I want to be in the back,
Sure.
where the big trees are, where they were hanging out underneath the trees and the shade trees and the kids were playing and all that stuff.
Clotheslines.
Yeah. Clotheslines. Definitely clotheslines. Outhouses,
there you go.
Backyard is where that's at. But you're right. The front yard is all about the walkways and the parking and the carriage pull-ups and the even the mailboxes, right? They used to put coins in mailboxes. So sometimes check out across the street on that, where those mailboxes were. Sometimes if you go to a rural site and you get a mailbox on a street, back in the early days, those used to actually be on the opposite side of the road sometimes. So also search over there, even if there's no mailbox there anymore.
Sure.
Look for those coins. But
I think the chat honestly is about 50-50.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Connie says backyard.
Okay.
Troy says backyard. Cindy says backyard.
Yep.
We've got Norm that says front.
Okay.
Teresa says front. Scott Ellis says front, just where the clothesline is in the back.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Drum and Detect, welcome on Drum and Detect. Good to see you. Says front. Bill says front. Beth says back.
There you go.
Tin Man says front.
Good. Yep.
See? Front. Back. This is interesting. It's very, very interesting because there's, honestly, I don't think anybody's right or wrong. It could be personal experience. And honestly, I think if you added the caveat to it was front, back, or both, 100% of the people would say both.
Right.
And even including Scotty would say, what about the side? So
I was going to bring up the side until Scotty mentioned it, but you guys have heard us talk about, like, Tony and I dig together a lot. And you've heard me tell this story a lot if you've listened to the show anytime. But Tony is the master. I don't care if it's front yard or backyard or even the side yard, Scotty. Tony is the master of choosing the best side, the absolute best side.
I don't know about that.
I don't know how many times we've gone up and got a home permission, and it's like, okay, Oh, we can do? Oh, we can detect. Oh, hey, thank you. Let's go get our gear. Yeah, get a come up. All of a sudden, Tony's detecting. So I go to the other side of the yard. I'm detecting. And I realize that Tony has chosen the side underneath the shade trees in perfect shade. I'm out with no cover at all, sweating, getting sunburnt. And of course, he's finding all the kids' toys and he's finding all the.
Hey, you already mentioned you're going to hunt under the trees because that's where people were.
Yeah. But I didn't even think of going and heading there first and trying to claim that spot. Tony's always right on it. The best side.
What's really funny about that, it just dawned on me, and even Cindy just said, under the shade tree. Quick story on under the shade tree. I was back in Ohio last year for my mom's memorial to bury her, and spent half the time with family. Second half, I'm like, hey, listen, I'm staying another half a week. I'm going to go detect for the rest of the half a week. So met up with Thin Blue Diggers and Detection Connection. Yeah, but went out with both of them. Door knocked at a farmhouse. Gorgeous, beautiful, mid-1800s farmhouse. Huge side yard, massive trees, right? I mean, it's Ohio, country. So we're detecting. And where do I go? I go right. Number one, it's hot. It's always freaking hot. It's hot and humid in Ohio, right? So I'm already sweating because I'm a Colorado boy now. Unfortunately, everything just starts sweating when I get to Ohio. So I'm underneath the tree trying to stay cool. I find a coin spill of French coins from 1945. I found 7 of them in a spot about this big, all underneath the shade tree. And what was it, right? Soldier came back from the war, sitting outside with his family, had the French coins in his pocket, sitting in the lawn chair and falls out the side into the grass. And then, 80 years later, Tony comes to stay cool underneath the shade tree, and I find these French coins.
That's amazing. I mean, it's no joke. Trees are where it's at.
Sure.
Trees are where it's at, man.
There's little tips and things that you have to think. You have to put yourself back 100 years. They didn't have air conditioning. These people weren't holed up inside playing Xbox all day long. They were outside with their lemonade and their iced tea, and their kids are running around and they're sitting underneath the shade tree.
Yeah.
It's just how it was.
Yep. Trees are where it's at, man. You go on a new property, check out the biggest, tallest, oldest tree you can find that looks like it's an original.
Yep, absolutely.
And go hit that place first.
Look for the roots. Yep. Look at the roots of the tree. Yeah. If you can see the roots coming up of the tree, no fill dirt's been put into that yard. That's where it was when that tree started growing. If you don't see those roots,
that's another great tip for researching towns and neighborhoods and stuff to go detect if you're into that kind of stuff, old home sites. If looking for silver coins and jewelry and such, I tell you, you can go to any town in America pretty much and get on Google Earth or Google Street View and just go up and down the street and look left and right. You can use Zillow or some to find homes that were built, back in the late 1800s to kind of find the areas, and then just go up and down the streets and look from the camera view of the sidewalks to see if the old big trees roots are pushing up those sidewalks or if they're built up and backfilled. But if you can find those old neighborhoods where the sidewalks are pretty much being broken up because of the tree roots are exposed, those are gold mines, man. Those are good spots for sure.
Absolutely. Let's do one more.
Okay.
Let's look at this here.
Jerky.
You want me to?
Did I say jerky?
Jerky, huh?
Jerky.
Let's go with
Stalker. I'll be watching you, Teresa. I'm looking. I'm always watching.
Ooh. All right. I like this one because we're gonna think of ourselves as masters now. We're gonna put ourselves in this whole other class. All right.
Okay.
So,
hold on.
Which
let
one?
me get a mindset. Okay, I'm there.
Do your little feng shui or whatever it's called. Would you rather have trash mastery or deep target mastery? Which one would you rather be the absolute detecting master at? Trash mastery, where you can identify trash, no issues, or deep target mastery, where it's an old deep target, boom, you can grab it. You can zero in on it.
Mm-hmm. So if you're a deep target master,
yeah,
does that mean trash doesn't matter to you?
No, you still you're still going to hear it. You're still, and you don't know what in the world it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's a deep target, you're the master at it. Versus if you're a trash master.
Okay, so deep target could still be trash.
Sure.
Yeah. Trash master.
Well, it could be. But
Trash
if you're the
master.
deep target master.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's my thoughts, right?
All right, yeah.
As detectorists, isn't that what we're always trying to do? Figure out if what we're digging is trash or not?
Of course.
Yeah. So I'd like to be a trash master. If I absolutely knew that targets were trash upon listening to them, hearing them, seeing them, then I would only dig good targets.
You know what?
I say absolute master.
You should just get a manicure.
Oh man, are you kidding me? You know what? I don't need a manicure because I have got stereo headphones from an XP-Deus 2. So I no longer need, I am a trash master. No, I knew that was coming, man.
I know. I had to throw that in there. I mean, I like your justification. I do. I think I'm on the opposite side, and we don't disagree very often. I think I would rather be a deep target master because generally, if it's deep, it's going to be old. And I think, man, this one's tough. This one's tough. I'm going to go with deep target mastery. I want to know if it's a good deep target or a bad deep target. And if I'm a deep target master, I know which deep targets are good.
Yeah.
I feel like I would get a bigger reward. But I got to get through that trash. I know how this all works here. So it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough decision to make.
It also depends on where you're digging, right? Like Tin Man said, out in eastern Colorado, deep targets out there because the trash is minimal. So you definitely want to be a deep target master out there.
Right.
And England, let's say, deep target master would be great. Let me ask you a different question. Let me spin that up a little bit.
All right.
Shoot, I just had it and I just lost it. Oh, darn it, I lost it.
Jason says deep ones since they take the longest time to get out of the ground. That's actually a good justification because if you know it's good, it's worth your time to dig it. True. If you don't know that it's good on those deep targets and you get down there and it's a damn nail and you were down there 15 minutes digging that, there's nothing more frustrating than digging a good deep signal and it turns out to be garbage. So,
yeah.
I'm with Jason on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, boy, that can go either way, I tell you. EDC says memory is the second thing to go. You got that right, man. I just had it and I was like, oh, that's going to tie really nice onto that. And then it was gone. It was gone.
I did want to mention this really quick. This is, gosh, Scotty, I'm not familiar with Scotty Coppers too much. I know he's popped in here a couple times, but he must be OG.
He's got to be OG, man. He's got to be OG.
He says, Caden would say the garbage man.
That is OG, man.
If he's referring to what I think he's referring to, he is OG for 52.
100%. There's 100%. 100%. Guy's been around for a long time. Scotty Coppers has been around forever.
Thank you, Scott.
I saw the same thing. I was hoping you would see it. If not, I was going to bring it to your attention.
Wow, that blew my mind.
Yeah. It's going way back, man. Yeah, going way back. But
fact, there was one question we had quite early in the show. I had starred. We probably can touch on that real quick whenever you're ready to do that.
Yeah, go for it.
Scotty said, when do the Legend 2s ship? Asking for everyone. I did put out a video not too long ago. Essentially was just a summation of a live stream that Nokta had put out. D-Lick had come out on Nokta, just said, hey, listen, guys, I'm going to take the heat for this one. We've really tried hard to get these out before Christmas. There's nothing better than getting a new machine underneath your Christmas tree for sure. And they want to do that. They want to be that company that you wake up on Christmas morning and pull that brand new machine out. They had all the machines, the near end test machines out, came back with some interesting information about coils, about the display, and about some software tweaks. So she did say that they are going to take that stuff back, rework it, make sure that they get it right. They would much rather put out a higher quality, near perfect machine the first time than push it all out there to people, have update after update after update. That frustrates a lot of us end users. So I don't know when it's coming out. It sounds like there's some tweaking that is going to go along with it. I would not foresee them being another couple months, if that, before they start pushing out and shipping. I know there were a lot of pre-orders on it, so I'm sure, obviously everybody's itching to get their hands on the 2s. So we don't have a date on that.
No, I haven't heard anything on it yet either. Yeah. I know that company like Nokta, though, it's got to be killing them. It's got to just be crushing them. Absolutely. So they're so focused on the end user, and to be able to do anything that would disappoint them, I know it's just crushing them. But
yep. And I will say, I mean, I know that we've got our committed listening audience on us right here, but I will tell you that we have reached out to Nokta about the Legend 2 as well as the PI machine. We want to get the information out there. We would love to be first, but we want to get that out there to you guys as soon as possible, because we're all itching to know. And as soon as we know or have D-Lick or Mark Tominski on, we are pushing to have that happen as soon as they're able to get on with us. So, stay tuned with us on Relics Radio, because we were going to try to get that stuff out to you guys as soon as possible for sure.
Yeah. Last question.
All right, do it.
Why did Beethoven get rid of his chickens?
Why did Beethoven get rid of his chickens?
Anybody?
Was it
Bueller?
I'm waiting for the chat here. I might.
Bill just crushes it.
That's right.
All they said was "bach, bach, bach." So stupid. Oh, those Bachers. Shit. Hey, that was fun, man. That was fun tonight.
That's a great time.
Yeah.
We honestly, a little behind the scenes, pulled the curtain back. We had no outline for tonight. Let's just wing it.
Yeah.
And let's go have some fun. Let's talk about the hobby we like and love.
I missed it last week. I really wanted to come on again.
Just a great time.
Yeah.
Great show.
Thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us and having some fun with us for sure. Drop us a line. Let us know what you want to see this year, what you're looking for out there, what you hope you can find, your bucket listers. Just drop us a line.
That's a good one. We should do that. The beginning of each year, kind of lay out a bucket list or white whale list, and then revisit it come the end of the year. That'd be fun.
We've done so many of these shows, and we've said it before. You guys would be if those have been listening a long time, probably have seen it, but you would be amazed of how many guests come on this show and talk about their bucket list and find it immediately after, a month later, a week later,
within 4 weeks.
Within 4 weeks, definitely nail it. And so we say we're the lucky rabbit's foot of the detecting world. Coming on Relics Radio, if you want to find your if you want to find your bucket list item, you got to come on the show, because that's going to be the impetus.
Rich Van Winkle.
Rich Van Winkle.
Rich Van Winkle.
Crazy.
Never
Crazy
found a
story.
Spanish real. 2 weeks later, after being on Relics Radio, finds 3.
Finds 3.
In 2 separate hunts. He nailed it, and then back out the next time, nails a double. So
yeah. Tony and I were just like, of course. Of course.
Told you. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Well, hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Hope you have a great 2026. Hope you hang out here with us this year, and hope to meet some of you out there, man. Let's all get together and, call us out to wherever you're at. We'd love to do some traveling. We got so many places we want to go, though. It's pretty crazy, all the places we want to get out to. But
Digstock's coming up.
Digstock is coming up,
so we'll be talking about that upcoming as well as afterwards and stuff too.
Detectival is coming up.
Yeah, some good events.
Ken and Tony's Digathon is coming up.
Hey, that's Sunday.
Yeah, that's true. That's Sunday. All right, man. Let's get out of here. Thanks everyone for joining us. Good to see you, Tony. Of course, talk with you again. Yep. Who knows? Maybe I'll see you Sunday. Maybe we'll get away and go
Saturday and Sunday. We'll have a good weekend, and we'll talk about it next week.
Okay, sounds good, man. Let's get out of here and say goodnight for sure. Everyone, thanks. We'll talk to you later. See you next Wednesday.
Take care.
Thank you so much for listening to Relics Radio. We will see you back here next week for another exciting guest. Until then, get out and dig it all.